Life for All presents Daily Food Series, Galatians, the Only Gospel, the Gospel of Christ. Title of Book 2, The Hearing of Faith, by Pedro. Week 4, The Blessing of Abraham. Wednesday, Obedience is better than sacrifice. Read with prayer. Has the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22a. Abraham believed in God and received the promise. His experience shows that man only needs to hear and obey God's word. This was always God's desire. He gave the law as a reference to follow, but the people of Israel would still need to hear the word of the prophets. The law had been given, but the people needed Moses to live, march, and advance on their journey. The story of Saul confirms that God's desire was for the people to listen carefully to his word. He was anointed king over Israel, and the first requirement for occupying the position was to listen carefully to the word of the Lord. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1. At a certain point, God told Saul that he would punish the Amalekites and ordered him to destroy everything belonging to them, whether people or animals. Verses 2 and 3. Saul listened to the word of the Lord and went to war. If he had obeyed, he would undoubtedly have been victorious. Yet, this did not happen. Saul struck the Amalekites, but spared Agag, their king, and the best of the animals. Verses 7 through 9. Thus, he disobeyed God's word. Saul certainly acted as he did because he used his logic. He may have thought that King Agag, with all his wisdom, could become his advisor. As for the animals, they could be used to sacrifice to the Lord. However, God does not move by human logic. There was a reason why he ordered the annihilation of the Amalekites. Amalek represents the flesh. Therefore, God does not want to spare it, but to circumcise it, to eliminate it. On the cross, Christ crucified all our old man and the flesh with its lusts. Therefore, when God commands us to do something, we must do it thoroughly. Given Saul's disobedience, the prophet Samuel questioned him about the reasons for his attitude. Saul retorted, saying that he had destroyed the Amalekites except Agag, and that the people had taken sheep and oxen from the plunder to offer sacrifices to the Lord. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verses 17 through 21. However, Samuel said, has the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed than the fat of rams. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22. God does not love rituals, sacrifices, or burnt offerings. What he desires is for us to obey his word. Saul did not fully comply with God's command and was deposed. This story shows us that even in the Old Testament, the Lord did not want the people to follow the law religiously, but to obey him. He expressly told the people of Israel that if they diligently listened to his voice and kept his covenant, they would be his special treasure above all peoples. That is, a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Exodus chapter 19, verses 5 and 6. Unfortunately, the Jews did not take this path and formed a dead religion. As with Israel, what we need today is to diligently listen to the word, keep it and obey it. The rest, the Lord will do.